Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Cryotic video. This time, this video is actually my journey with a new game for me, Insurgency Sandstorm. The reason I started playing this game is because they have a great mod for Star Wars. It's called Star Wars Saga, and they did a great job for making a Star Wars infantry game. I mean, actually, the game itself is quite good already. It's like, I would describe it as a mixture of Counter-Strike, because it's a tactical shooter, and Battlefield, because you have a large area and more players on each side compared to normal shooter games. It's being realistic, it's quite interesting. You don't have a crosshair, actually, unless you use laser sight or a sight on your weapon. And the weapons are very deadly in this game, especially in the hardcore mode, but even in the normal mode the weapons are extremely deadly. And there's friendly fire. You die quite often from your friendlies shooting you by being scared that you are enemy. Even though in this normal mode they are marked, you know, on your map and on your HUD. On the hardcore mode they are barely marked. So you would kill and get killed by friendlies quite often. But it's part of the game and what makes it fun. I'm really eager to see how that translates to the Star Wars mod. So I thought to myself, I first better familiarize myself with the base game before I step into the mod. Because when I tried Squads mod Galactic Contention, I felt truly lost. So this time, oh, I am dead. Moving on to the next map. Just the clips behind, the gameplay behind is of the various first matches I played. This is an Outlaws mod, the previous one was Checkpoint Pushing mod. So we go through checkpoints. That was actually the new map. So yeah, what I was saying, yeah, I need to familiarize myself with the game first before I try Star Wars mod. So I knew at least what I'm doing, at least a little bit. Because this game actually, it's very complex in itself. There are a lot of weapons, a lot of maps, a lot of attachments on the weapons. And the gameplay itself, the gunplay actually, it's very different to something like Battlefield. Battlefield is a little bit more arcadey, you know, you just run and gun, shoot. And here you need to be more tactical. Maybe it's closer to Rainbow Six Siege, for example, or Counter-Strike, as I mentioned. Counter-Strike is, of course, without aiming down sights too much, and here you almost always have to aim down sights. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, so I best learn the map, the game itself, before continuing to the Star Wars mods. And the game itself has lots of interesting features, like, of course, many military shooters have this, and Call of Duty also has it now. But ability to switch from one scope to another, in between, I mean, not in between, just dynamically, is something very important, because you have a longer scope for long distance fights, and then you switch to your shorter scope or your laser sight for short distance firefights, because you die instantly almost. If you get hit by 1 or 2 bullets, you're dead, especially if they're higher caliber. And flanking the enemies is very important. Of course, this in the background are bots at the moment, so we're playing players versus bots, but they are outnumbering us. So if we are not careful, we would all perish. And we actually have perished quite a lot of times, even though I've been joined in these games by Insurgency veterans. So I ran out of ammo. You don't even get to see your ammo. Actually, you need to hold the reload button, so you can see on the bottom right corner the approximate magazine size you have. And when you reload, if you reload with, let's say, 5 bullets left in the magazine, your magazine goes into your reserve with 5 bullets. And now we're continuing to the third map. This is a desert map. You know, what's Insurgency Sandstorm guy got his name. This team was actually quite good. I was just a little bit like a tag along, like a support for them. They had very good communication, and they were holding the house here, and I was from the outside just providing fire support. The enemies are coming from the open, so not good for them, and they're getting bombarded by the commander's ability. So yeah, the game also has classes, like the assault class, which is your basic run and gun, the heavy class, which is using RPGs and grenade launchers. Then you have your specialist weapon classes with a little bit stranger weapons like the Vector, sniper class, which you can of course use to snipe various bolt action rifles and semi-automatic rifles. And then you have a commander spotter. I haven't unlocked those. They are supposed to call in airstrikes and artillery strikes and sort of things. And the gunner class, of course, with the machine guns, which you hold down and hold a line of sight. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how that shows pans out translated to Star Wars. Of course, we have the heavy, which could be the gunner. We have assault, which is the basic assault. The snipers is interesting, also similar as in Star Wars Battlefront. But I'm not sure how the strikes, airstrikes and orbital bombardments will work. So now it's time to go to the Star Wars Saga mod. I'm going to make a separate video if you guys are interested how to install this mod, how to make it get going. You need probably access to the Discord as well for the Star Wars Saga mod, because it's a little bit tricky at first, but easy once you get in. So I'm here trying the officer class now. The pistols in the base game and in the mod are very deadly, as you will see yourself. That's one kill. That's another kill. It's very easy to destroy these droids. A lot of droid bodies in the area. I switched to the grain for some reason. Oh, almost got hit in the head by that thermal imploder.
Our forces are capturing command post Auric.
There are super droids in the game. And the game mode is basically the checkpoint capture mode from the base game, which the enemy are defending the checkpoints and your team is attacking the checkpoints. In this particular match, is one of the first matches I played from the mod, is I'm solo versus bots. But it's easier said than done, because there are a lot of bots against me and I have, you know, little idea what I'm doing. So I'm just hiding here, hoping the bots will come in from a visible point, because now I'm losing the objective. So I'm trying to hold it down. Oops, somebody's shooting me from the cage. It's down. Roger, roger. So there are quite a lot of enemies coming in to get me. This weekend actually there will be like an event with loads of players coming into the game, into the mod, so it's the perfect time now to try the mod itself, because it will be like something like 40 by 40 people, 40 versus 40, and that will be amazing. You know, how many blasters, how many droids will be out there. From what I know, they are working constantly on adding on different things. Currently, of course, there is no lightsaber combat. I think there is no vehicles, but they are planning to introduce the vehicles as well in this mod. And they are currently about 4 or 5 maps, with more on the way. So yeah, that's it. My brief introduction to this game and mod. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me if you liked it, so I can show you more from the Star Wars Saga or from Insurgency Sandstorm base game. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, See you next time. Bye bye.